Even with the big game around the corner, you can still incorporate the perfect brunch item. These Huevos Rancheros egg cups are so packed with flavor that you're gonna wanna have them all day long. These start with a great flavorful sausage called chorizo. Saute it up, you add onions and peppers, black beans, and then you just mix together some eggs and cream. Fill up the cups with the mixture of the beans and cheese and egg. Bake them off, they're golden brown, they're delicious, and they're exactly what you want for a big game and any time of the year. And it's all coming up on today's Wise Guide. I'm sure by now you've heard the news, it's really all over the place, but this is the year of brunch. Oh, and if you haven't heard, that's probably because I declared it that, so it may not have gotten around to everyone yet, but don't worry, you'll hear about it. I think everyone's talking about it. No one really is other than me. But everyone loves brunch, and even though a big game is coming, and usually you want to have those normal foods like smokies or chicken wings, you can also incorporate these perfect egg cups. These are packed full with a punch of amazing flavor. That's why I'm calling them Huevos Rancheros, because that's kind of the inspiration. They have all those items you want in that great breakfast dish, but they're packed into a great little item that you can just pick up. You can put things with it if you want to, like avocados, a little bit of lime, some sour cream, and of course salsa. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even mention the salsa. To make these even better, I'm gonna make a quick homemade restaurant-style salsa. I know you're thinking, homemade salsa, I don't have time for that. Okay, like literally you dump it all into a food processor, you push pulse, and you're done, and you're gonna say, wow, yeah, I know, it's that good. Let's get started on the next item I know you're gonna be making all the time. First, you just wanna have a couple links of chorizo. Anymore, you can find chorizo in almost any grocery store. If not, if you have a local Hispanic market, they're probably gonna have even better than you will find in your local grocery store. I just get a couple links and then I take the casing off. The casing is perfect if you wanna grill it up or keep it together, but I really want this just to be like a ground meat. So take off the casing, break it up, and put it right into a skillet that's over medium-high heat. As it is cooking, just take like a flat spoon and just break it up into little pieces. That way it's gonna brown on more sides, giving it more flavor, and it's also gonna release a lot more of that fat that's in it. And that we're gonna need to saute up the vegetables. While the chorizo is cooking, you can just get ready some of those great vegetables. Dice up some onion. I like to just go crossways on my onion first, then cut down. This is gonna make the dice perfect, because then you just cut straight down and you have perfect little pieces. If not, don't worry, whatever way you dice it, it's gonna be great. Once your onion is ready, you can just start with your red pepper. Cut off the top and the bottom, cut down the side, open it up like a book, and then take out any of that membrane. It's kind of bitter and you don't want those seeds in it either. Cut it into little planks. I do about 1/8 of an inch just so you get a small dice, and then dice it up. Really easy. Yes, you could use another pepper, but let me tell you a secret. I'm not a huge fresh pepper fan. So I don't often use a lot of peppers, you've probably noticed, unless they're spicy, because if it's a spicy pepper, I'll use it in anything. But I do like a red pepper better. It has a little bit more sweetness to it, and I like the color. Once your red pepper is ready, you can get ready that jalapeño. Like I said, I like a little bit of spice. I'm gonna take out the seeds on this one because I don't want too much spice in these egg cups. That way, everyone can enjoy them the same. Just wait till we get to the salsa. Then we'll go spicy. Diced up into small pieces, and now all the vegetables are ready. At this point, the chorizo should be pretty well browned on all sides and somewhat crispy. And you can see that that fat has really released into the pan. If you don't have any extra drippings down in the pan, you can add a little bit of oil, but otherwise, I just like to use the oil that's there. Add your onions and peppers, just stir those around and let them really saute up and soften. I don't wanna cook them into oblivion and get them all brown, but I definitely want them to soften because once they're in the oven with the eggs, they're not gonna cook too much. And you don't wanna bite into raw vegetables when you're eating your egg cups. No, you don't. Nobody wants that. While the vegetables are sauteing, you can just drain and rinse your black beans. I don't always rinse them, but for this, you definitely want a cleaner flavor and you don't want all that extra goo that can be on the beans. So just pour them right into a little strainer, rinse them off until the water runs clear, and then let them drip. Once those onions and peppers are sauteed, you can just remove them from the stove and just pour in those drained beans. Just mix it around until it's well combined and then set it aside to cool slightly. Now all you need to do is get ready your eggs. Yeah, it's that simple. Crack some eggs into a large bowl. I like to use a large measuring cup. It's like an 8-cup measuring cup. That way it's really easy to pour. Add a little bit of cream. I think it adds a nice richness to the eggs, which I love. It's kind of like when you make a quiche, you know, you always add a little bit of cream. It's just what I do. Of course, you need some salt, a pinch of cayenne pepper. Like I said, I want that spice, but not too much. Just enough to say, hey, but not enough to like scream at you. And to finish, a little bit of cumin. That's really gonna amp up the flavor and help everyone know what kind of Huevos Rancheros these are. And that means it's a party, right? Whisk that all together. Make sure all the egg yolks are really broken up and the egg whites are incorporated into the cream. You're gonna have to mix it quite a bit just because you really wanna make sure it's smooth. Once it's all whisked, just shred up some cheese to have it ready. I'm using Monterey Jack because 1, is traditional, but 2, it's a really good melting cheese. It is not too strongly flavored, but it's just like that perfect melting, and it will get a little bit golden brown, the stuff that's on top. It's the great cheese to use. Once the cheese is all grated, you can just get your cups ready. Spray your muffin pan with nonstick cooking spray. You wanna make sure that these release easily, so make sure to spray it. And then add some of that meat and pepper and bean mixture to each one. I know you're probably thinking, why didn't you just pour it all together with the eggs and then dump it in? Because this mixture would have sunk to the bottom of the eggs. First, you would have dumped out all the eggs and you would have this meat mixture left, and it just would have been a thing. This way, you can make sure that you have the exact same amount in each one. After you have that meat mixture evenly distributed between all the cups, you can just add some cheese. Again, I like to do this to make sure I have the right amount on each one because no one wants to be left out of the cheese party. Pour on some of that egg mixture till it comes just about to the top. As you can see, it is so easy if you have these in a measuring cup. They're so much easier to portion and to fill. Seriously, what could be easier? And soon you're gonna have a delicious, edible bite. Once they're filled, you can just put them right into your preheated oven. While those are in the oven, you can just quickly make your salsa. I know you're thinking, salsa can be quite a bit of work. Why don't I just buy it? Yeah, you could buy it. 1, it's usually way too salty for my taste, but 2, it really doesn't have that much flavor. And it's kind of thick and weird. When you make your own, it's restaurant style and it's perfect. And I think you're gonna be surprised how easy this is. In a food processor, chunk up some onion and throw it in. The food processor is doing most of the work here. Add a couple garlic cloves. I like to chop off the end and then smash them with the side of my knife. Sounds scary, but really it isn't, and it just helps the hull and husk come off really easily. Chop up a jalapeno. I like it spicy, so I'm leaving the seed in. If you don't like it spicy, definitely take the membrane and seeds out. Cut up some cilantro. I just like to take most of the stems off and then throw it right into the food processor. It's really gonna break everything down. Add some salt, and then just pulse it a few times. This is gonna help all those things that we just put in chop down and take all the work away from you. Yeah, I know. It's like a minute for what would take quite a while otherwise. Yeah, you're welcome. But don't worry, if you don't have one, you can totally do this by hand. A little bit of lime juice. You just need that lime juice to really balance everything out. It adds that great acidic punch. Drain some tomatoes. I am buying canned fire roasted tomatoes. 1, fire roasted because they have even more flavor. They're like roasted over fire and they have an awesome flavor already. They're slightly more cooked tasting that way too, so you don't get that raw edge. Just drain them a little bit. That way, if you want it to be a little bit thinner sauce, you can add more of that extra juice, or if you like it thicker like I do, you can leave it out. Add those drained tomatoes right in there. Just keep pulsing that together till it starts coming together as a salsa. This really is so easy. And then what I'm gonna call a secret ingredient, and some of you are gonna scoff at, but you just need a little bit of ketchup. No, you're not gonna taste the ketchup. You're just gonna have like a sweet, even flavor. It's gonna kind of balance everything else out because we have some pretty strong, astringent flavors. This is gonna all at once mellow everything and give just a slight undertone of sweetness that everyone's gonna say, hello, and you're gonna say, yeah, fiesta, you're welcome. Pulse that together till it's the consistency you like, and I think you're gonna all at once say, oh my word, this is just like restaurant style. Yeah, it is, and it's that easy. Now you can have it anytime you want at home. At this point, your egg cups should be done. They should be puffed and golden. That cheese should really be melting on top and slightly browned. Pull them from the oven and let them cool. Don't worry, they're gonna fall a little bit on themselves just like a souffle, but then you can just pop them out of those cups and serve them. These are great on-the-go snacks. This way, you can have an all-day party. It can be brunchy, it can be lunchy, or it can be afternoon. It is perfect. And you can make these if you want to a week ahead and have them all week long for your breakfast on the go. I like to serve these up with just a few extra accoutrements that you know you're gonna want with Huevos Rancheros. That's gonna be sour cream, that salsa that we just made, which if there's any left, you may have to make extra, some fresh avocado diced up, and of course some lime wedges because everyone likes a little extra kick. These are packed full of protein, and they are really gonna hold you over well until lunch. So this is like double duo. If you agree and like this video, make sure to click like, share, and subscribe. For the recipe, go to the description box. And until next time, have an amazing Huevos Rancheros brunch. I know I will.